Alright guys, Papa Joe's Garage. I got a 2013 Chrysler 200. It's got a leak-in air conditioner condenser up in the front. They want a crazy amount of hours, you know, of course, most of these shops, to change that thing out. I'm going to show you real quick. It's really easy. Pull your bumper off. You got a bunch of little plastic push pins along the top. You got two 10mm bolts. One goes in that little right there, and one over there. I'm sure you guys know how to pull bumper off, but anyways, jack it up in the air. You got some little 7mm heads down the wheel well and that plastic inner wheel liner. You got a bunch of push pins underneath and 3 more 10mm bolts underneath. Unsnap the front bumper, set it out of the way. Okay, this AC condenser is also the transmission cooler. So you got 2 transmission lines there. They have GM style clips in it. You just slide the little sleeve out of the way. There's a little snap clip there. You unclip it, these lines pop right out. When you put them back in, you just leave that clip in place on the brand new condenser, and you just push that line right in there. They already come with new O-rings. You just push it into it, snaps, then you slide that little sleeve up, and it's just a little protector to keep that clip from coming out. But if you look real close, the condenser, well, you can't really tell in this aftermarket. You have to look real close, but I guess you can tell. These tubes here are fatter than the bottom ones. So they must have a divider plate. Yeah, there's a little weld line right there. So this top half is the transmission cooler going across, and then the rest of it is the AC condenser. This one had a leak over on the side there, but anyways, it just held in. It's got 2 10mm bolts down there. There's one there, one over there. You take them 2 loose. What I did was I just took a little hacksaw, little sawzall, whatever, and just notch out this piece of plastic to give you a little bit of room around this line. You sneak up inside, up where I'm pointing my finger, and there's this aluminum block there, and there's a little 10mm bolt right there. Take that bolt out, take your nut off, and then put your little inverted Torx bit on your socket, on your ratchet, and screw this stud out. This line here will pop right off and set out of the way. The bottom line, you have plenty of room to get that out. This one, you don't have to take the stud out, but this is a brand new piece. I haven't put the new stud in yet. But the bottom one, you see, you got plenty of room. So you pop that off, take that little 10mm bolt out in there, give you some wiggle room, get your stud out, separate the top line. You undo your 2 cooler lines over here. Then what I did was just, with your bottom bolts out, pick up on this condenser till you got some room up inside here. Okay, there's a little rubber mud flap deal in there. Pick that sucker up as high as you can, and then this is the only thing it's sitting in, is these 2 little tabs. It just sits in there. There's a tab there and a plastic tab right here. Okay, see how that works? And you'll see the shape of that one. All I did was pick this thing up and just trimmed off about maybe a 1/4 inch of that clip, just enough so this bracket would pop out of there. As soon as it popped out, man, you just give it like a little 1/4 turn, this thing will drop right down through there. You don't have to pull all this bullshit, all this core support and all that. You don't have to pull all that stuff off, pull the radiator out of it and all that. And a little bit of trim work, which is not going to hurt anything. There's nothing mounted there, a little corner there, and I trimmed out right here where these cooler lines are, just to give me some room to pop those lines out. I probably went a little too much, so if I do another one of these, I'll just maybe just do a little bit. Just watch your whiz wheel, you know, don't cut the damn lines. But it'll save you hours, man. They want an ungodly amount of money to change one of these things.